Hi, this is TapCat. Welcome to part 11 of Let's Play Civilization 5 Brave New World as the Shoshone. We'll start with something not terribly dramatic. We'll have our workers build a farm. We will put our musket men on alert. I don't expect to be needing them anytime soon. And now we have completed Oxford University. The question is what to build next. An opera house is the obvious choice because we could certainly use the culture. But I am actually very interested in picking one of these wonders. I would gladly build the Taj Mahal, but the reality is this is open to any of the civs, and we can't invest 18 turns on spec. One of them is almost certainly going to finish it before we can. This one is open only to people who have chosen the social tree for aesthetics. But since it seems like more of the civs than not have chosen to go the culture path, that doesn't necessarily seem like it would be an exclusive club to me. On the other hand, I actually think that science may not be a big focus for a lot of them, and since the porcelain tower requires rationalism, it seems like a solid choice. And so, although it is 18 turns and I'm a little anxious about that, we're going to take a shot and go for it. Hopefully we won't regret that. It's pretty miserable if you invest a lot of turns into a wonder and somebody else, beats you to the punch, but I see. And it is time for the World Congress. Now, we did not put any effort into, campaigning or trying to influence votes, and that's largely because I don't really care about either of the two things that were coming up. So Pedro is apparently against people being able to trade with city-states. Well, since the city-states are much worse than another civilization to trade with, I don't want to do that anyway. And Maria wants to embargo Assyria. Now, personally, I don't really have a beef with Assyria, but I do want to be on her good side, so we're going to go ahead and just vote her way. Okay, let's choose production. And in Bratislava, we have a few things. An opera house would definitely be a plus. I don't know if we're really desperate for walls. But what I was thinking, I've never tried this before. Yeah, maybe we won't do it now. We have a couple of these fish tiles that we can't work because the cities that, control them don't have a port. But we could build a fishing boat and come over here, and I think that it would work. I think that they would get credit for that and could work the tile. The problem is we just went to a great effort to slim down our food, so I think we're going to chill out on that for the moment. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to just go ahead and build the opera house. And we're going to keep sending our caravel down south and see what there is to see in the land of Poland.
Jak ci się podoba moja oferta?
Okay, our deal is up for renewal, and I just want to swap out the silver for the sugar. We had a hard time when we tried to trade the silver last time. So, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky with the sugar. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So we were giving silver to Syria, and they were giving us ivory. So,
Halaka Damik.
okay, unfortunately, ivory is the only thing that he's, got that we need.
Davish.
All right. Works for me. We're not better off, but we're not worse off. And let's see. This is going to get a little bit repetitious, but... Oh, actually, you know what we're going to do? Let's build another caravan. I want to max out. We have 4 of 5, and that's just leaving a lot of money on the table. And perhaps more importantly, it's also leaving science on the table. And we don't want to do that. I realized just as I clicked, okay, I was about to say that there were messages about the World Congress, but I clicked next turn and they went away. But Maria is kind enough to let us know that her proposal passed with the support of our delegation. And that's awesome. I wanted to, continue to cement that relationship. I really, need her in a way as a counterweight to Poland to the extent I can get one. Okay, let's launch our cargo ship. So Venice is actually not as good because the return trip here is worth 10 versus 6. So it's 1 worse going out, but 4 better coming in. The science is the same. Oh, and Venice actually has more religious pressure too. So what about Salvador versus this? They look identical to me, so we'll go with Venice. I am down with that. And then what we should do is let's go ahead and check really fast to see if...
Saluti.
So he doesn't have anything
Si?
he can trade, and he doesn't want our stuff. Well, that's not really very helpful, sir. How about you, Maria?
Os dias.
She doesn't have anything. She
Si?
used to have 2 truffles, and now she's only got 1. So it looks like somebody, snagged it. Oh, but she doesn't want what I have either, so... It looks like
Baguio.
the sugar is no more...
Zotar.
He doesn't even have any luxuries available. God, I don't really want to trade with him or do
Pozdrawiam
anything to
cię.
help him. Doesn't matter. He doesn't
Mów
have
dalej.
anything. That just leaves me Assyria, and I already know he doesn't have anything, right? We checked that. Let's just look really fast, but
Halaka Damik.
no, he doesn't have it. Oh, I forgot. I forgot our next door neighbor. How could I do that?
O que você quer?
Yeah, he's got nothing.
O que
So-
foi agora?
Sure, whatever, man. I liked how he said, "Oh, great, it's you again." Yeah, he loves me. I will forever think of this playthrough as Pedro and me, I think. Shaka is a threat to the stability of this world. The time has come to deal with them once and for all. Will you assist me in this effort? At least he didn't call me friend. So I have to say, I'm actually tempted to say yes, just to get him to fight Shaka, and hope he loses a bunch of units and maybe even a city or 2. But it's not worth it. I don't want the warmonger penalties, and what if
Sta
Shaka...
offerta non sarà valida per tanto tempo.
Shaka...
Consegui.
Gah, stop talking. Shaka could come to me and attack, and yeah, we don't need it. Yep. So now that we've made friendship with Venice. I believe that means...
Wherever we look, the work of the chemist has raised the level of our civilization and has increased the productive capacity of the nation.
I believe that means we can enter a research pact with him.
Saluti. Andevanti.
He doesn't have any money. Dude. Maybe next turn. He's making good money every turn, so we'll check back. Well, speaking of technologies, let's go ahead and just research machinery real quick. And what shall we build here? Okay, I know I've been really bad at these religious structures, so let's go ahead and just knock out a shrine really quick. I don't see any harm in that. And you know, I've been saying I was going to do this for a long time. I think I'm just going to disband one of my workers. It's not like we're desperate for gold, but we're not desperate. Oh, doggone it. I clicked accidentally. I was going to say, it's not like we're desperate for workers either, to put it mildly. I mean, we are living in green acres here.
Sta offerta non sarà valida per tanto tempo. Penseghe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. See, my problem with open borders is it makes us weaker to tourism. And I don't know how much of that he's got going on. I'm going to pass. Portugal and Venice have signed a research agreement. So that's great. He just used all his money. Instead of signing one with me, I didn't even get a chance to ask him. And now he signs one with her. Yeah, I don't feel slighted at all. Okay. I think a bank makes the most sense. Although one could argue for the Musicians Guild. But I'm frankly not all that worried anymore about drawing tourists. I'm much more interested in just jamming culture. So, yeah. And here, I think we're going to follow the trend we've been running, which is an opera house. More culture. Yeah. Okay, caravan needs orders. And it looks like Salvador is the easy pick here, so we're just going to do that without further delay. And we got a worker needing something to do. There's a shocker. And I guess we'll just send him over to build another farm because we don't have nearly enough of those. Okay, good for you, buddy. So it looks like Assyria has found a new friend. Wonder if he'll make peace with Indonesia and Portugal as well. And by peace, I mean friendship, I suppose. So the Taj Mahal has been built. Remember, I said at the beginning I didn't trust, that no one would build it. And in fact, they have. And we would not be done if we had tried to build it. So I'm glad I didn't go for it. Okay. We finished the shrine. I guess that's not a big shocker. So none of these are really necessities. I think what we're going to do is build a castle. Because really, these two cities are the ones I would be a little bit more concerned about if Pedro ever works up enough guts to do something. Not sure he will, but I'm not sure he won't. So we should go out of our way to fortify those two.
Aparantoyan aliliron kitolawan ulun.
Yep, I'm with you. Absolutely. I thought we actually had a research agreement.
The press is the best instrument for enlightening the mind of man and improving him as a rational, moral, and social being.
All right, let's research something. We can go into the printing press and get zoos. Go into archaeology. Archaeology would get us into a new era, right? Yeah, we go industrial. That's not the worst. Neither is zoos, though. We need happiness. Yeah, so here's my thinking. We go into archaeology. We start building museums for culture. We get one culture for each one. But if we build printing press or research printing press, we get zoos. For each zoo, we get 2 happiness, and for each of those 2 happiness, we get 1 culture. So we get 2 things out of the zoo, including what we would get from archaeology, if that is clear. I think that's the way to go. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right, looks like a 2-horse race here between Rio and Salvador. The science part is a push, but the gold slightly, and boy, I mean slightly, favors Rio. So that's where we'll go. All right, thank you for the 15 gold, you guys. Do we have whales as a resource? We do not. All right, I'm going to go in here. They'll get a little mad at us. But fortunately for me, I don't really care.
Mahera epishaketsip.
Open borders. Yeah, as previously stated, I'm not really that interested. So Casimir has entered industrial era. That's good to know. And so Pedro has now completed that other monument, the Uffizi. I don't know how you pronounce it. But that's the one that depended on you being in aesthetics, and I was worried that if we did that, someone else would build it before we could complete. So far, both of the 2 that I was worried about that happening, that has in fact occurred. So I think I'm pretty happy we didn't pursue those. And again, our porcelain tower is still at work, and no one has stolen it out from under us yet. And you know, you get tempted to call that a win, but it really isn't. In a weird way, like the closer you get, if it gets taken away from us at the last minute, it's just so much worse. All right, we found Mount Kilimanjaro. Well, that's nice. It's just a free little bit of, what is the word I'm looking for? Happiness. Hang on a second. Did I remember to do something that I meant to do? Well, we have food production. So that's kind of not good. I didn't really want food production. But I guess it's okay. Yeah, could I get rid of 2 food without affecting something that actually matters to me? I don't think so. And I don't think I want to sit here all day looking at that, trying to figure it out. So we won't. Jeez, he's getting 8 food off this tile and 11 gold? Are you kidding me? What on earth? Casimir is plotting against Shaka. He's launched a sneak attack. And our agent has been promoted, so that's good. Well, I tell you what. Let's go ahead. Where is Shaka again? This isn't him. Is this him up here? Yes.
Bayete.
Let's give him the news.
Omega.
Cool deal. And that'll help our relationship a bit. Printing press, huh? Wow, that stinks. So, I really wish if that was what we were going to steal. Oh, that's just lousy. We were almost
It is a
finished.
newspaper's duty to print the news and raise hell.
I don't get it. He entered the industrial era. Oh, you know what I bet it was? He probably had something like rifling. Because we didn't have the prerequisites, we couldn't take it. Yeah. That stinks, though. I mean, that's just like totally a waste of all that time. All that time she spent gathering that. Oh, that's a shame. All right, let's take archaeology. And you know what? Just to be safe. Oh, that's interesting. This time it's only going to take 25 turns. It was 31 last time. Well, all right. We'll leave him there. Him, her. With a name like Tito Harsky, I have to admit, I really have no idea. Oh, yeah. So, I guess I'll just swear not to spy on him. I mean, it's kind of ironic since I just left my spy in place. I don't know. Should I break that promise? Maybe not. You know what we could do? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and move. Question is to where? Pedro is the second most powerful. We could go to Rio. Let's do that. Let's go as a spy. Why not? And I think at this point, wow, zoos actually take a lot of production, don't they? Relatively speaking. Yeah, we'll just do a zoo. I think at this point, we can't really go wrong with the happiness. Land, another 15 gold. We're raking it in from all these city-states, I must say. It's not the worst.
Sta offerta non sarà valida per tanto tempo.
So he finally came up with the money. Jesus, look at his gold per turn. 128. God, get 2 of something, would you? Would he even... No. He doesn't want my silver. Or I guess it's that he doesn't want my sugar. I don't know.
Benissimo.
So I'm still stuck on 2 happiness. But if we build a bunch of zoos, we'll get happiness. And that'll not only give us a little more flexibility about being able to grow some of our smaller cities, but it'll also give us some more culture, and that's a good thing. Yeah. Alright, Ironworks is kind of tempting, but we're just going to hammer the zoos. We're going to work that. And Manila, another 15 gold. Thank you very much. And let's see, where do we want to send this cargo ship? I'm thinking Lisbon. Yeah, that's not close. Alright, next turn, please. God, just like 200 more turns and we'll be getting close to another golden age. Sweet. I wish I could get in some wars and tear some of these guys down. But we're just so far removed from everybody but Pedro. And from what I've heard, I guess they really made some of the diplomatic punishments a lot worse. Like doing stuff like they did to Assyria, where he has a trade embargo against him. That would be really bad if they did that to us. So I don't think we want to do that. Okay, so we could build another zoo. Yeah, you know what? We're not desperate for production. We're going to build ironworks. There's no question. But I think right this second, we should just spam these stupid zoos.
Ireis considerar esta oferta?
Yep, I'm with you. Yeah, and we picked up a great scientist. John Dalton. That name is familiar to me, but I don't remember why. Okay, so if I remember correctly, when you found an academy or construct an academy, it gives you 8 science per turn. Now, if we just use him up, we get 1,457. Boy, that's a lot of 8s. So what is that, like 100 turns would be 800. Yeah, it's got to be like 170 turns or something like that. I don't see it. I think it's better to just get the boost here. But if we're going to do that, let's see. Let's pick a second thing. We're going to take scientific theory, which I guess means we're taking economics as well. I'm okay with that. Alrighty, next up, the Goshute has finished their castle, so they're a little more fortified. Yeah, I was just comparing it to this one. Even though it's a smaller city, it's got a higher defense, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, we're going zoo. We're not really getting too creative or fancy here. We are spamming zoos and trying to build our happiness up. Alright, we're going to use them.
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Yes, they are.
Welcome to the industrial era.
Okay. Antiquity sites revealed. An interest in archaeology has bloomed in your civilization. Antiquity sites have been revealed on the map, marking the location of historically important events. Building an archaeologist will allow you to either extract an artifact from the site or create a landmark. Okay, thank you. How would I recognize one of these places. Like that. Okay. That's fair. When improved with an archaeological dig, an antiquity site can then yield an artifact that can be placed in a great work of art slot or be transformed. Okay. Got it. And I don't... Okay, there's another one up here. So it would be nice to grab these. I mean, they're in kind of no man's land. We can't go into Pedro's turf and grab that stuff. We could get open borders and do it, but that's sort of bad form, really. But yeah, we have, you know, the one in ours and those two that are in unclaimed land. I don't see why we can't do that.
Ireis considerar esta oferta?
Sure.
Certamente.
Yep, I'm with you. Every time I see his guys running around like that, it makes me just a little bit nervous. Wow, we have a great artist, huh? So... Unit must be in or adjacent to one of your cities, and there must be a great work slot of the appropriate type available somewhere in your empire. Okay, fair enough. So here's the question. What does he make? He's a great artist, right? Didn't they say that? How do I know what kind of thing he makes? All right, what's available? Yeah. Okay, so he does a painting, and we don't have any painting slots. But we're about to get museums. And presumably, with the museum, you do get that, right? Great work of art or artifact slots. So we could just have him kind of chill for a little while. Either that or we could start a golden age. That's not exactly punishing. Well, you know what? This is probably something I should put a little bit of thought into, and I notice that it's actually getting on time to wrap this episode up. We also have a new spy that we have not assigned, I just noticed. That happened when we entered the industrial era. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up, and we'll do all of those things next time. So thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you then.